There's no better time in FIFA to make coins than when the market is absolutely booming the way it is right now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today we're talking about the huge market inflation that came with the release of the Ultimate Edition. And if you guys didn't have your cards invested for this, well, you missed out on a lot of potential profit. But even if you missed out on that, that's all right. I'm going to give you more ways to make some coins in today's video. All I ask in return, guys, drop a like on the video. Let's shoot for 690 likes on today's video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. One thing that I want to remind you guys of, if you haven't checked it yet, is go over to your objectives and take a look at all of these objectives here, because every single time you get to a new milestone for the transfer market, whether it's buying a card off the market or listing them, you get another 1,500 coins. So I just got another pack from that. I'm going to open it real quick. But if you haven't checked that yet, you might have upwards of, 10,000 coins just sitting for you in your objectives. So make sure to give it a look. Now, if you guys saw my coin total, you might have noticed that it's not actually that high right now. Maybe I didn't make very many coins today. Well, that isn't the case. I picked up a Heung-min Son a minute ago, and the reason for that is because it was just a little bit too low. But I got to be careful, because if we keep an eye on our fluctuation trading and how this market is moving, well, this Heung-min Son, it's already up to 450,000 coins. I just bought it about 10 to maybe 15 minutes ago. This Heung-min Son I bought, and I sniped him for about 10k less than what he went for, and I'll prove that to you. But he's sitting on my transfer list right now for 400,000 coins. So if I sold him right now, just 15 minutes later, I'd make after tax probably about 30,000 coins, which is a huge profit and a great investment. But take a look here. He was 405, 410 right there. So I saw a few of them for that price. I got them for 400, which was the best deal that I saw. But the way that I found this card was by using our Futbin tracker method from yesterday. I see that certain cards are going up at a certain time and certain cards are going down at a certain time. So we just keep an eye on that Futbin tracker right here. Keep refreshing the page. The cards that are showing green on the right side, the cards that are showing green, I'm probably not going to buy. The cards that are showing red might be below what they should be. And as you can see, this Heung-min Son had hit a peak tonight at about 490,000 coins, and then out of nowhere he dropped quite a bit. There he is at 420,000 coins. That's a huge drop for 2 hours. So I figured that's pretty low. He'll bounce back at some point tonight. I'm going to buy him again, and I'll resell him before that market dip. Now, the market dip is obviously going to come here in a few hours, so I've got to make sure I sell this Heung-min Son before that dip comes. But take a look here. We obviously saw the huge rise today. That's no secret. But the dip comes real late at night at about 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. UK time, which is like midnight to 3 a.m. In Eastern Standard Time. They just drop in price a ton. It happened to Messi. We take a look at Messi the night before, exact same thing. Into the morning hours, drops a ton. We take a look at Vinicius Jr. We're going to see the same thing right here. Hits their peak around 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and then boom, drops back down. Same thing this night, 9 p.m. to midnight, and then boom, drops down. So it happens to pretty much all of these big meta cards, and it's been happening with also Heung-min Son. We can see it. It happened last night. Where is it? Here it is. Happened last night. It peaked at 380,000 coins, and then boom, all the way back down to 360, 350. So it continues to happen, and if that continues to happen, we're going to continue to capitalize on it. Simple as that. So the Heung-min Son in just 15 minutes has risen to 450k. That card is now gone. So the next cheapest is 460, and hopefully it continues to go up. I have no plans on holding this overnight. I'm going to sell it here in about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe sooner. At 457,000 coins, that's already pretty solid profit. I don't know if it's going to hit that 490 again tonight. That would maybe be asking a lot, but there's not a ton of cards that are keeping that from happening. You've only got to have 4 people want to buy a Heung-min Son right now, and it might just happen. So I'll hold it for another few minutes. I'm pretty comfortable with doing that because right now it's only 10 p.m. my time. So I've got, in theory, based on what has happened in the previous nights, 1 to 2 hours before things even begin to start dropping. So if you guys are wondering how I got these FIFA points on my account, it's because of the Ultimate Edition. The EA Creator Network gave me that code, so I got the Ultimate Edition, and the FIFA points just loaded up. But let me know what you guys think I should do with these FIFA points. Should we open them? Should we just let them sit there the entire year? We're almost at about 500,000 coins without playing a single match or opening a single FIFA point. So I could just let them sit there for the entire year. I would not mind that, but we can do a nice little pack opening as well. So up to you guys. Let me know. I do want to address this. It was something we mentioned in yesterday's video. The cards on the left were cards that I thought were going to be good investments. The cards on the right were cards I thought were going to be bad investments. I was wrong about St. Maximin and Renato Sanchez. I just want to admit that right now. For the majority of these cards, I was pretty spot on. Timber dropped in price, Gavardiol dropped in price, Richarlison dropped in price, Adeyemi dropped in price. Jesus has started rising into the night, but it took him a very long time. While everybody else had doubled it in price, he hadn't moved yet. So he has risen about 5K in the last couple of hours, though. Maximin rose a ton. Looks like Klosterman, same as Jesus, has started to rise a little bit. And then Renato Sanchez was a great investment, too. So if you had St. Maximin and Renato Sanchez, and I told you to sell, and it ended up not working out, hopefully you did just invest in one of the cards that worked out just as well as, if not better. But in terms of the predictions of the cards that were going to work out really well, I thought we did pretty solid on that, but not perfect. I didn't want to take any risk on this card, so I sold it for 460,000 coins. It sold immediately for 460,000 coins, so after tax, we made about 38K, I think, something like that, almost 40,000 coins on that card. For a card that I literally just bought 30 minutes ago, that is solid. I just saw the card, it continued to rise, it continued to rise, it continued to rise, and then a few of them got listed at 475, 480, 485, and I just felt like, you know what, let's just take a profit while it's there. I probably could have sold it for a little bit more, but I didn't want to take any risks, and that's why I sold it for what I did. And now we're about to hit 500,000, which is halfway to that million coins, which was our initial goal to have before the standard release of the game, or I think I said October 1st, and right now we're on pace. All right, so we've got a couple more things to talk about here, and one of which is price range updates. Now, as you guys can see, our Lukaku has been updated. His minimum was 50K when we packed him. He's been 50K. Now he's 12K, and he's still not selling because EA have no idea how their own market works. But if you apply Tech Avion, which we learned in the last episode, it does seem to sell a lot more likely. So as you can see, I added all 5 of the Lukakus that that are on the market with hunters onto my transfer targets. The first 2 have already sold. The next 3 we'll see, and hopefully mine does as well. And luckily, my Carvajal has sold for 12,000 coins, which is huge. Big dub there, 12,000 coins that I didn't think I was going to have, because honestly, this card is probably worth like 4 or 5K. It's not worth very much, if that, really. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the price range update. So if you've had a card that's not selling, see if it is. Go ahead and check if the price range actually fixed it, because it didn't fix Lukaku. It just made it a little bit less terrible. Heung-min Son, I think I sold that a little too early, but I wanted to avoid any of the panic selling that comes with the big drop that happens every morning, and I just didn't want to get caught up in that. But looking back at it, 2020 hindsight, I probably could have made a little bit more coins on that, so I'm a little disappointed in myself on how early I sold that, but it ended up working out. I mean, 40,000 coins profit is 40,000 coins profit. The final thing I want to talk about in today's video is going to be non-rare common gold cards and just low budget trading in general. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the Futbin tracker one last time for a specific player that I traded with a lot today. His name is Fran Navarro. I also traded with that Enzo Fernandez in a similar way, but Fran Navarro, as you can see here, this Fran Navarro sold for 1,200, 1,400, all right, and then I've got some selling for 500. What you don't see is the 80 to 90 Fran Navarros that sold for like 2,000 coins. I cleared my transfer list and went back at them. These are just the leftovers. The ones you see here, these are all leftovers that didn't sell. But this is what happens. On SBC Solutions on Futbin, they will make these cards rise a very, very extreme amount very quickly. I take a look at this Fran Navarro. Take a look at what his card did earlier today. He goes from 350 coins and spikes to 2,000 coins. I had like 90 of them for 500 coins, and I made so many coins on that flip right there. for 2,000. And what happened was, it doesn't actually update his card as often as it updates some of the other guys that you see on this list because he is a non-rare gold. So this card actually went to 2,000 coins. It dropped back down to 500 and then went all the way back up to 1,500 again and then went back down to 500. And it's been sitting there ever since, but you can tell when that SBC solution gets pushed to the top and everybody clicks on it all at once and everybody goes out and buys that card and it spikes really quickly and comes back down, it's very easy to make some quick coins like that with those non-rare golds. And it's not just those. If you take a look on the market for hero cards, they do not get updated on their price very often. You can see the updated price for Morientes was 2 hours ago. The updated price for Colère was 2 hours ago. The updated price for, give me another one, Carvalho was 32 minutes ago. That's not very often, so these cards can fluctuate in price pretty quickly, but they don't get updated on Futbin. So it might say that Carvalho is 99k, but he's already risen to 115k. People are just going to blindly trust this Futbin price and list them on the market for 99k. You can just sit there and snipe those cards and list them for 15,000 coins more than what they went for beforehand. So that is a really good sniping filter just based on Futbin incorrect prices. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll have more advanced SBC cheapest solutions over the next 2 days, so be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to turn on the notifications, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.